This is a special presentation of CBS Sports Network.
Each year, an army of laborers, craftsmen, and artists embark on a journey to create the stage for one of the great American sporting events. It is a stage for a drama that plays only once, but becomes an enduring memory. As basketball teams fight for recognition in mid-December, the court on which they hope to play on in March begins to take shape. The process starts in the woods of Wisconsin and Michigan and passes through small towns in Iowa and Ohio before beginning its final journey to the host city of the Final Four. The making of the Final Four court is the lifeblood of small communities throughout the heartland of America. From a field of 68 teams, only 4 will have the honor of playing on it. And for one, it will be a Court of Champions.
Start with the rising sun and work towards the setting sun. But take only the mature trees, the sick trees, and the trees that have fallen. When you reach the end of the reservation, turn and cut from the setting sun to the rising sun, and the trees will last forever. Chief Oshkosh, Menominee.
Northeast Wisconsin in December. The Menominee Indian Reservation. The Menominee have produced sustainable lumber here since 1908. But their coexistence with nature is thousands of years old. They have roots in this land that reach as deep as the trees they tend and harvest. They cannot be separated. This is their lifeblood.
The Menominees are caretakers of the forest. There's a sense of family about everybody. Things go bad with somebody in the community or something, everybody comes together as one here at MT and does what they can to help out.
Growing up in this community and knowing that we are the original landowners of this area in northeastern Wisconsin for over 15,000 years, it gives you a feeling of it's ours, it's an ownership here.
Menominees have their own way of living, you know, and their beliefs, and you know, it's been carried on, handed down from generation to generation, and it's honor to be Menominee, proud of it.
I spoke to my father and I told him I was very proud to do the same thing that he's doing, and my son is doing the same thing I'm doing. And my dad reminded me that his father worked here and his father's father worked here. So I have 5 running generations with my son, myself, my dad, my grandfather, and my great-grandfather all working here.
We don't dictate what comes out of the forest. We gotta take what's given to us and we gotta make it work. Ultimately, we end up doing what we believe is right to sustain the forest, to make sure the forest is there for, again, for the next 7 generations.
When we talk about sustainability, we're talking about sustaining the forest, not taking everything out. There's a lot of times when we are asked about the great trees that are out there, why can't we go cut them down when certain species are hot out on the market? We can't do that. What we need to do is we have certain re-entry cycles in different sections in our forest, and we go into them when we can only take out the dead, the dying trees, and we save the best. That means that forest gets better every time we go out there and cut.
In 1854, there was 1,300,000,000 board feet of timber. Today, there's 1,900,000,000 board feet. The forest continues to grow and thrive.
We weren't only a part of sawing it and selling it and cutting it out of the tree. Hey, that's a part of our life right there that they're standing on. That's a part of the blood of the Menominee people. That's a part of our history, part of our culture, and that's a big part of us, of who we are.
While the forest is the lifeblood of the Menominee people, the mill is their livelihood. Although they have been harvesting timber for generations, it wasn't until 1908 that the Menominee were able to construct the mill and create the town of Neobit. Menominee Tribal Enterprises, which owns the mill, is the backbone of the local economy and generates over $100 million annually.
We used to sell our logs. We used to just cut our logs and sell them downstream, downriver, put them on the trains and rail cars and send them out of here. And there was a governor, I believe La Follette, and he was instrumental in getting the sawmill going here.
It provided a base of economic sustenance that enabled Menominee to keep part of their ancestral lands and also to help maintain cultural identity.
It provides a lot of jobs because we have a real high rate of unemployment. And we're one of the lucky few to have a job in this mill.
The pride that comes with producing a quality product that's used across the nation, it speaks volumes for not just the employment here, but the reservation and the Menominee people.
We're not depending on a lot of other people. We're self-sustaining. We have our own resources here. We have our own forest. And being sustainable, meaning we're going to be here for a long time, and I'm very, very proud to say that. And that gives a good feeling, a feeling of longevity.
Product we're developing is going to be a big part of the NCAA tournament. That gives them a sense of accomplishment and pride.
I'm happy for the tribe right now, for Enterprise. We get some little bit of a good exposure of what kind of hardwoods we cut up here, some of the best in the United States.
today when there's so much discussion about keeping jobs in America and making different things in America, you got something right here where it's a great example of making products for America, in America, by especially American Indians.
Court of Champions on CBS Sports Network is being delivered by UPS. Let UPS put the power of logistics to work for you.